We have pledged to never forget the hateful racist attack that took the lives of 10 people and injured 3 others on May 14th, 2022. To that end, we are holding bi-monthly conversations through the remainder of this year and hopefully beyond to engage members of our community in honest and sometimes very difficult conversations.
Yeah, we've learned a lot from the tragedy, and we're still grieving.
Yeah.
And we're still healing, and we're healing through leaning on each other, towards listening more actively to each other, to showing our gratitude towards each other. We're also really clear that we have to take action, that this is the time. This is a time that we can't have passed by and not have things change. Buffalo being a segregated community and the area being deliberately targeted tops our home, our supermarket that people like Brother Bell, Dorothy Hill,
I've been there
Mr.
many
Price,
times.
all of us have been there, go there, miss it. But having that tragedy happen through a deliberate and targeted action, we have to change that.
In January 2023, early into a Monday night football game, millions of viewers were stunned as they witnessed Buffalo Bill Damar Hamlin, number 3, collapse on the field in real time due to cardiac arrest. Hamlin had tackled a Cincinnati Bengals receiver whose shoulder collided with Hamlin's chest. Hamlin stood up but collapsed seconds later. His survival was completely dependent upon the heroic efforts of the medical staff who attended to him directly on the field.
CPR is a relatively simple skill which almost anybody can be taught. Anybody who has enough muscle strength to be able to push a chest down should be able to do this. I believe that almost any adult individual or even a juvenile, anybody above the age of 14, we have seen stories of 14 and 15-year-olds in the community who have done CPR successfully on their parents or relatives. So I don't think there's any limitation on who can learn CPR. I think the key is to teach it widely, broadly, effectively, and reinforce that treatment or that education in some sort of a cyclical pattern, because as we know, a skill is best sustained when it is taught multiple times or people get to practice it multiple times.
First thing you need to do is determine whether or not it is a sudden cardiac arrest. You're going to check for responsiveness. Tap him on the shoulder, say, hey, are you okay? If he doesn't respond, your next step is to take no more than 10 seconds and you're going to look for a sign of normal breathing, a normal rise and fall of the chest. You do that by putting your head down near his mouth. So that way, if he's breathing, you can feel it,
the air.
Right? And you can also hear it.
Now, if somebody is not breathing, do you go the old school route and administer breath into the mouth?
Nope, we're not going to even do that with bystander CPR or hands-only CPR. The most important factor is to get that blood circulating. There's already oxygen contained within the bloodstream, and we're going to move it around. That's the most important part. So when we go to do compressions, we want to look to see where the sternum is. We have to remove all the clothing off the chest, okay? So if you see where this V is, that indicates where your ribs come together in the center of your chest. You're gonna put 2 fingers down, heel of your hand goes just above those 2 fingers. So literally you're in the center of the chest. You're gonna lock your fingers, lock your hands, bring your elbows over top, your shoulders up, and you're gonna push down.
And this is a panic situation. People are in distress, we don't know what's happening.
Right.
You have to try to keep calm during all of this.
You do, and as long as you have already asked someone to call 911 and go get an AED, more advanced help is already on its way. So we just have to be here to provide that life-saving circulation so that this person can actually live.
And I'm gonna try it now, so
Okay.
I put the heel.
Again, 2 fingers above that V, two fingers width.
Okay.
Okay. Now put the heel of your hand, which is right here on the palm.
Right.
And then lock your fingers.
Doesn't matter which hand.
No, sir, it does not. Now, what I need you to do, though, is straighten up, lock those elbows, bring the shoulders way up over the top, and it's going to give you, gravity to help push you down.
Yeah, you feel it.
Okay,
and then keep,
push down.
go.
And you have to go down to a depth of at least 2 inches, at least 100 to 116 beats per minute.
And am I going to hurt the person?
If you crack ribs, that's okay. Ribs are easier to crack or easier to fix than a heart that has stopped.